Cecilia Ingram is a worker from New Jersey, and she is currently suing her ex-employer, Johnson & Johnson, because they allegedly fired her for talking about her deceased daughter too much and placing a photo of her in her cubicle.
All right, this is one of those stories where everybody's wrong. The boss who went up to her and said, yeah, could you stop talking about your dead daughter? Come on, man. Bounds of reason. Now, he says that people at the office were made uncomfortable by how much she kept on bringing it up, et cetera, right? I actually believe that, right? That makes sense to me. Like, then they would go to the manager and they'd say, hey, we don't want to tell her, right? But can you, da-da-da. Now, so I'm not saying that definitely happened. Obviously, you'd have to see the facts of the case, but I can believe that. But even then, as a manager, you should know better than the person who's obviously massively grieving, even if it's 2 years later. Don't make the mistake of bringing it up, if you ask me.
So look, let me give you more details to the story. So she had a picture of her daughter in her cubicle and also these ballet slippers that her daughter used to wear for ballet class. And not only did her boss allegedly tell her to stop talking about her daughter, he said, I need you to take the picture down and the ballet slippers down. I don't want them in your office. Why is it any of your business? If you want to tell your employee, listen, the other workers are a little uncomfortable with you constantly bringing up your daughter, I'm not saying don't talk about her, but try to, you know, cool off with it a little bit or cool down. I can totally understand that, but that's not the case here. He said, stop talking about her. In fact, he allegedly told her to pretend as if her daughter did not exist.
Oh, come on, dude. God, Jesus Christ. Now, at the same time, he didn't fire her, right? She wound up, she was, you know, very hurt by that, did not go into work for a while, and then wound up not returning, right? And then so she sues, right? I'm not sure that she's got a right not to show up after her boss says that. Like, what her boss said is, in my mind, as a matter of social grace, is unacceptable. But as a matter of, like, do you get to quit and then say you keep paying me because you offended me so much? I think I'm going to go no.
Believe it or not, I'm undecided on this case. I don't know what the law is. I don't know if she can actually sue for emotional distress in this case. In my opinion, it's emotional distress, but the employer didn't fire her. That's the only difference. She decided to leave. She did that on her own. Yeah,
so, if he had fired her, yeah, then of course she has a great case, right? But she leaves on her own. I don't know. I don't know that, and that your employer has a duty to be emotionally sensitive to you.
She can sue if he created a hostile work environment, but I don't know if that's the case. That might be a bit of a stretch. It's really hard for her to have a case if she left on her own.
Yeah, of course, we always decide these based on the very little things that we have. Believe it or not, we think that it's okay if the courts actually decide these cases. But based on what we've just told you, I'm going to rule against her in the lawsuit. Okay, J.R. Jackson.
No.